Hello, everybody. Well, welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Hey, guys.
How are you, my friend?
I am quite well.
Well to quite well, or just quite well?
I'm quite well. I'm right
very
there.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, you look quite well.
Oh, thank you.
Oh. I am not quite well. Well, I shouldn't say I'm not quite well. I'm a little irked, a little
Off-put.
Yeah, there you go. I'm a bit off put. You know, I was just reading it. Just these notifications come across my phone. Gross. Like, BuzzFeed News or CNN, whatever it might be, and BuzzFeed News popped up, and I'm like, oh, BuzzFeed News, aren't they the least reliable source in American media? I think that's what they were voted, least reliable.
Is that right?
Yeah, least credible.
Perfect.
Yeah. Fake news. But anyways, they reported that YouTube is
They're shutting her down. Turned out to be a fad all along, didn't it?
Yeah, so YouTube's over. That would be hilarious fake news. No, that YouTube is changing their policies on people's videos and banning things and all kinds of stuff for content.
Yeah, boy.
Thousands of channels and
Are they a platform or are they a publisher?
well,
That's
apparently
what
they're
these-
a publisher now.
Yeah, these social media platforms are really struggling with that.
Yeah, they sure are because and that they're with good reason. That opens them up to a lot of liability and all kinds of FCC standards and rules that laws that don't apply to them right now. Because hey, we're just a platform. We're just a table. What you decide to put on the table is your call. When they start picking and choosing, that changes everything. So I don't know how they're going to get around that because none of them wanted to touch that topic. They're like, yeah, no, we're not a publisher. Nope, not a publisher.
Yeah, but remember, I was talking a couple weeks ago, Facebook is getting pressure from Europe because the European standard is whacking them.
Yeah.
They're saying you better take care of some of the shit that's on your platform. And if
Was
you
that
don't,
YouTube or was that?
that was Facebook.
Oh, Facebook. Yeah.
So YouTube may be under similar
Yeah.
scrutiny.
Well, there's the gay guy, and
Which one?
Well, there's plenty of them, but the one I'm speaking of is he's on Vox TV or something. He's got a show on Vox. I guess he's quite lispy. He's Mexican.
Okay.
And Steven Crowder has been with unrelenting, no mercy, calling him lispy queer and all kinds of shit, just attacking this dude all the time. And he's like, YouTube, when are you going to stop this? I've been complaining for 2 years.
It's
This guy's
hateful.
been coming after me, and they put together a montage of Steven Crowder, lispy queen, Mexican queer,
Yeah.
all kinds of shit. You know how Steven is.
He has, in fact, been going after him, huh?
Yeah. And so they were like, yeah, thank you for writing to us, sir, Mr. Mazza or something. I think his last name is Carlos Mazza, maybe. And they're like, we'll review the videos and blah, 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 blah. And so I think it was just yesterday they tweeted back and they were like, look, as a platform, there's nothing illegal about, there's hurtful speech and shitty things that people
Yeah,
say.
there
and
are.
people can get offended, but,
Yep.
there's nothing technically illegal or breaks our policy rules in these videos. Sorry, we'll keep looking. If we see anything that does, we'll report back to you, blah, blah, blah.
Shocked that was their response.
I know, right? And they tweeted it too, so it was, we could all see it. And then today that it was like a total about face, and now it's like,
Something happened.
something happened, man. Where I literally just got the notification, so I haven't done a ton of digging into it. But that worries me because, Steven Crowder has enough power and listeners, viewers, whatever on YouTube that it's worth it for them to, try to keep him going. But, hey, fags. Are we?
What's up, fags?
What's up, fags?
Sure.
Some of the shit we say, if you took it out of context and just snippeted it, you could probably.
Or some would argue in context.
Absolutely.
JPE. Some may argue that.
Some may argue that. Dude, you're on a roll. That's 2 days in a row with an
Better go
early
home.
JPE.
Can I leave for the week?
Yeah, you're done. Go ahead. You're good, E. No, but you know what I mean? That
They're
would
tremendous
suck
gatekeepers. If they're going to start putting standards to this stuff, it's going to get
It's
crazy.
going to get ugly. Quick.
And it's going to get tough for the right politically, fair to say? Fair to say?
Yeah, I think that's very fair to
say. Better
say.
come up with their own platform right quick.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe we should do that and invent. What could we?
YouTube for what though?
Yeah, I was going to say UJizz, but that's already taken.
Good point.
YouTubes have a couple of boobs there as our
I
logo.
can picture the logo.
You know what I mean? So people would.
Hot.
they would know. Okay, we're getting into some areas here with YouTubes where they might see some sketchy things. You might see and hear some stuff. I'm surprised someone hasn't done that. Put up another platform to rival that.
Well, it's easy to do. Apparently, it's not technologically difficult at all to mirror Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, whatever.
Just
the
hard to
problem
build it
is,
up.
yeah,
No one
who's-
goes there.
Yeah, exactly. Ask the Bing machine.
Yeah.
Ask MySpace.
Yeah. Why won't anyone use Sitter?
I mean, dude, it's the same.
At me at Walters Radio. It's on Sitter. No one will do it.
Right.
Sitter.
Think about me, like with
Twitter.
with my Snapchat. When I said about my Snapchat name being stupid, the other day you were asking me about that. My Snapchat name is dumb because Snapchat doesn't let you change it. But I don't want to create a new one because if I created a new
What
one,
is your
Start
Snapchat?
all over,
What is
right?
it?
E-fancy.
E-fancy. Ugh.
So I know. But my point is, like, just me as a one stupid person with like 500 maybe people on my Snapchat. If I started over, it's like I have to get now like request all of those people to come back. Hey guys, I'm over here now.
No.
And it's fucking not going to happen.
No.
Yeah.
And that's just like, so imagine YouTube, the quote unquote new YouTube. I mean,
Yeah, the
and-
effort
and
it would take to try to move people over to it and get people interested.
I think there are, though, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure there are some other ones that are like, yeah, you can do anything. But once you do it, it's like if you open up a new YouTube's site, like people are just going to be like, and you can do anything you want. It's just going to open up to like the most hateful,
know, right?
worst shit on planet Earth to see how far you can push it.
Yeah.
And then eventually they're going to be like, no, you cannot house snuff films and rape videos here.
Right.
Oh, I
Right.
thought this was YouTube.
Oh, you can do
man.
anything here.
You can do anything. What the fuck? And it's like at some point you can't do everything, but creeping into this language, I don't like that language, or the jokes are too harsh. I mean, come on. Steven Crowder is really talented, and he's funny as shit. You know what I mean? Like Steven Crowder's
Never
not a-
listened to him.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, you'd love him. He's great. He's great. But he's not hateful. I don't think of him as hateful. But if you oppose his views, then he's right leaning for sure. So, he likes his guns and he likes his non-censorship and free speech and shit like that. But he's fucking talented, man. He's smart. He's Ben Shapiro with more edge. He's a more edgy version of Shapiro. But he's the guy that'll.
Does he talk politics like all day, every day? Because the only thing I listen to on Shapiro is this Sunday special, because it's kind of like
Yeah.
a certain person, just him interviewing. I can't stand the daily, just like
Politics,
today
yeah.
Biden, whatever,
Senator Gillibrand.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, well, a lot of it, is like that. I think he used to work at Fox News even for a brief period.
Crowder?
Yeah.
We had that Louder with Crowder, wasn't that?
I think that's still going.
Oh, okay.
Louder with Crowder. I mean, that's his show.
Oh, okay. I thought that was on Fox maybe, but I wasn't.
But he'll do stuff like he'll just set up a table on a campus somewhere. He'll get a permit or whatever and go to a campus and just be like, the Second Amendment, or first, he'll take on a topic and say, prove me wrong. Guns should be legal, prove me wrong. And then there'll be a lineup of students.
Jay,
and they'll sit down with him and he'll just whoop the shit
you
out
have
of them.
seen this stupid meme because, I mean, if you review, I know you're not on social media that
Honestly,
hard.
I've never seen that.
Really?
A mess
It's
around.
like the most, I mean, this is just whatever, I didn't even look what was on his sign. because
People
this is-
change the sign
yeah,
all the
they-
time.
Yeah, changed a billion times.
Can you find
over.
one with the real signs though? What it would be like? Challenge me.
know.
Well, if you put
Yeah.
them up, you would know. Like
But the meme plays off that
Transgenders.
changed
Oh
my
my
mind.
God, there's
Yeah.
a billion of them.
yeah. But it's a cool concept,
Yeah.
to sit down with these kids and that are living in an echo chamber, think they have all the answers, and he's very respectful. He doesn't yell at anybody, and when people start barking from the crowd, let her finish, give her the mic, and he's like, no, this is my microphone. I brought it here. I own it. You don't get to demand who gets the microphone. He'll shut them the fuck up, put them in their place. This is not your classroom. You don't get to just, I want it, so I'm doing it.
So the original story then today is he's off YouTube? Is that
There you go.
Rape culture is a myth. Changed my mind.
Ooh.
That was a rough one to pick, but I mean,
Yeah,
I knew
but-
it was real.
Yeah, but that's going to stir kids up, and they're going to go, oh, my God, rape culture. This is so, and they think they're going to just jump in there and beat him, and he's going to he's going to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
So it's
is
interesting stuff.
he's off YouTube?
No, I don't know that he's off YouTube, but that's what sparked this was this video going around of him just like, oh, let's be queer over there at Vox, blah, blah, blah. So
Yeah.
anyways, it'll be interesting to see what happens, but it makes me nervous. So that's why I'm kind of
Right.
off put, as we said
Okay.
earlier. when Trump comes back tomorrow, right? Or no, tomorrow he's in
Normandy?
Normandy. He's around. Oh, there was just a tiny little wee protest. Just little wee protest.
A cute little one?
Yeah, just adorable. And I'm telling you, Jay, I cannot get enough. I'm enjoying so much seeing the bundles and bundles of neatly wrapped signage.
Oh, right.
That's
Unused.
just gone unused because they were so certain
Prefabbed,
that-
but
Oh,
unused.
yeah. No room for Trump here. Go home, Trump. Blah, blah, blah. Migrants welcome, Trump not.
Can you
All
recycle
blah,
those signs? I
I
hope
don't know
so.
what
Boy,
you do. That's not very green.
It's not
if you
very green.
can't. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can find a picture of those.
I tried. Yeah, I know. I believe you. 'Cause
Oh
you
yeah,
mentioned
they're
it a
on
few times,
all the
but
sites. I've
I
seen
just
them a
haven't-
ton.
I
But
haven't
yeah,
seen 'em.
yeah, they're funny, man. But then we got a guy who shows up, and this is the way it is. It's like, oh, we're supposed to have all these people come out and protest this dude being in our country. So you know what? I don't love the guy. I think he's kind of obnoxious. But as a president, I support what he's doing, and I'm for Brexit. So I'm going to go out there with my MAGA hat, and I'm going to show that I support him. Some old man out there, 74 years old, gets knocked to the
Yeah.
ground.
And what's it got to do with me?
What's it got to do with me? Do you have video of that, E?
Oh, I hate seeing old dudes get
No,
knocked
he doesn't
about.
get he doesn't get knocked about that bad. But
Okay.
this is like it's not that bad. And if he's crying,
Oh, okay, I saw this one. Yeah, he just kind of falls.
but yeah, go
That-
ahead.
yeah.
You can roll it. It's
Ah, the old Todger ends up on the.
yeah. Bernie Sanders is on his ass.
Yeah, he does look like Bernie.
You know,
Like
you act like Donald Trump when you do that. Like, what are you thinking? People at a protest, 10 of you all have a fistful of this guy's jacket. This elderly man, 74 years old. Really? Remember the guy that was like he was pro-life, I think, and he was riding his bike. And that dude comes darting across the street and knocks him on his ass, starts beating on him. It's fucking senior
insane.
citizen. It's like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
really?
I disagree with him. I disagree with that man.
And fine, I can almost understand like the pro-life, pro-choice.
It's a matter of life and death.
It is life and death. So you can see where it gets a little more heated, but it's like his policies on the wall. Like, I'll fucking kill him. Like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing?
People are going insane, man.
You need to check yourself, people.
They need to take a walk.
Yeah, there was some guy that was attacked by a milkshake. Someone threw
Yeah,
a
I saw that
milkshake
one
at an
too.
old man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this guy's claiming he was kicked in the legs. He was attacked with a banner with a stick on the end of it. So they must have opened one of those packages and got one of those signs out. That's probably what he means. They also attempted to remove his Make America Great Again hat.
How dare them?
He was able to get it back. I believe what he says, too. He's like, I was peacefully debating with moderate lefties and having a laugh with the majority of them before the demonstration turned violent. We have to put forward how aggressive the left can be. It's not us. If they want to call me right-wing because I'm supporting Trump, then I must be right-wing. But I'm not a racist. I came out to support Trump to stop the left who since have voted for Brexit have been protesting about democracy. And then one of the people in that video is like grabbing him and she's screaming, Nazi scum! Nazi
Yes, dude,
scum!
right in his fucking
Right in
face.
his face. Like, fucking loser. What kind of loser? Her name is Sayoban Prigent. She was screaming that, so she had to go to Twitter because people were like, oh, I know who that is. Screaming that, so her and her family are just getting fucking asses handed to them. She's like, oh my God, I need to apologize. The video, she said, in the video, she's holding a sign that says, this episode of Black Mirror isn't funny anymore. #, no thanks,
Black
Nazis.
Mirror.
Yeah, that's the show you guys
Yeah,
both
kind of
watched.
the Twilight Zone type thing.
Yeah, I think they just dropped season 3.
Oh, nice.
I think it just
It's
came
got to
out.
be more than season
It's not,
3.
it's
isn't
not
it?
season 3, but they did do a new one, yes, and it's out.
Yeah. I just saw it on Twitter today.
I
I
gotta
thought
get
it's
back to those. I forgot about those.
Yeah, you
Those
liked
are
them.
great. Yeah.
You were a big fan of those.
Yeah.
You need to get back there.
I will.
Do that. Let's see. I am very sorry for my behavior today. I should have protested peacefully, and I didn't, and I regret that. I've let myself down, and I do understand that fully. There are two sides to every story, but my actions were my own, and that's on me. Please
Fair
leave
enough.
Please leave
Right?
well, until this last line.
Okay.
Because I agree. I agree. If you had a moment of weakness and you got all hot and
Yeah.
worked up and and then it's like, hey man, this is on no one but me. I learned. Please leave my family and friends out of this. So my thought is her family and friends started getting attacked a lot.
Sure.
And then she's like, look, I've really let myself down. Please let my family
It's
and
a
friends
fair
know."
comment too. I mean,
Yeah.
calm down, everybody. Calm down.
Yeah. So,
I think I finally, there you go.
Yeah, there's some.
yeah, there it is. Get
Stand
your
up to
signs,
Trump.
everybody.
Just go ahead, grab one. Anyone.
And anyway, take a bundle.
Dude,
Yeah.
I agree more and more with you after you said yesterday. Like, honestly, the prefabricated sign to me is way
Pathetic.
less like meaningful, way less serious.
Yeah.
Well, you should write something fucking out yourself.
It shows there's big money behind it. You know,
Of
you want
course.
to see something spontaneous grow and
Right.
just like
Yeah.
grassroots. Like, oh shit, people are rising up against this. This just looks manufactured as it is.
Well, it was like when I was in.
well, it really took off. I mean, it's probably been going on for a few years, but I think of like I'm with her. Remember, all the, like every time you saw a Hillary Clinton rally, and they did it with Trump too. So it's not just Hillary. Those blue "I'm with her" with the arrow signs that people would
okay.
hold up at the. And it
Yeah,
was just
I'd probably
you're
recognize 'em.
Passing them out at the front door. I'm
Yeah.
sure Trump had ones too. You know. But it's like if someone wants to come up with a unique, funny sign and
like
bring it
Jesus
in,
had I like broccoli too, right?
Right.
Right? When he went to see George W.
he saw it was H Dub, wasn't
no,
it?
it said I don't like broccoli either. Like,
Oh, it was
'cause-
HW, right? And you were telling him I don't like broccoli.
Right. 'cause he
Yeah.
didn't like
'Cause he
broccoli.
didn't like broccoli.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It's a great sign.
The one thing they had in common.
Yeah.
The one thing.
Hey, well,
Yeah.
nonetheless, still with the president.
But that's a cool sign.
Yeah.
Little gangly kid holding
like
up a
it.
sign that's like a reference to something he said one time.
That's-
he might get like if someone showed up at one of our events and said, "I don't like tomatoes and onions either." You know, I'd be like, yeah, that
you go.
guy's heard little snippets
Are
and
you
knows I don't.
pandering for people to bring signs to our next event?
Fuck no, please.
Poster board
No one
signs.
show up with a poster board sign.
With
Now they
yardsticks
will.
on
Now
them.
they will anyway because now you said not to.
The only way that would be acceptable is if they had bundles of them and then they were all wrapped up
Yeah,
and not
nobody
open,
touched
and
them.
nobody
They're
touched
just
them.
laying by the door.
They're just strewn about by the door. I don't like tomatoes either.
Yeah.
That would be acceptable.
It was, but when you talk about like the big money, I don't know if you remember me saying this or not because it was 2 years ago. But like when I was out in Grand Rapids for that New Year thing with my friends, and if you remember, there was this girl. We all started talking to a few of these girls, and then I said, "Oh, so what do you do?" And she's like, "I'm an activist." And I go, "Oh, how much does that pay?" And she fucking changed the subject, and like they were kind of talking to us, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Washington soon." I'm like, "Oh, I'm an activist." I'm like, "Oh, how much does that pay?" And it was like, boom. They just by me asking how much that paid.
Yeah.
I was actually
You
kind
were
of just
genuinely asking.
I was
like,
I was kind of one genuinely asking, and two just kind of being playful, like, "Oh yeah, how much does that pay?" or something. And it's like,
Well,
I
that's-
can tell that. But it's like they decided that, oh, this guy's gonna make fun of this, or he's gonna
shut it down.
Shut it
A
down.
differing point of view. I don't
Well,
want to hear it.
I think that's pretty well known that a lot of those pay.
Yeah.
Like the Kavanaugh hearings, there's no doubt.
They'll bust them there. They'll give you signs. They'll pay you.
Yep.
Buy you lunches.
I'm for hire.
Remember
I'll do
the
any
video?
of these, by
Yeah.
the way. If I don't
Jesus,
care right
you
or
should
left.
be Ubering. You should
Oh
be
my
doing the
God,
thing where you
yeah.
go grocery shopping for people, and you should be an activist.
The grocery, yeah. But the activates for sure, just because I like seeing things. I'll sit on the bus too. I'll get on in Detroit and go on the Greyhound all the way to Washington.
You would.
I would.
Can you imagine?
And I don't
E,
care what the cause is.
E, what are we doing this weekend? Can't do it, guys. I'm going to be in D.C. I got another protest. What are you protesting? I don't know. Something about women's reproductive organs.
Yeah, whatever.
Something about it.
Gonna get to see some monuments.
There's E in every fucking video with his sign up.
With a bunch of chicks with pussy hats on.
One weekend he's in the pro-choice thing going ape shit. The next he's in the pro-life one going ape
I'll
shit.
be like an extra in a movie just for protest,
Yeah.
though. Like I'm
Dude,
just there
you'll be
taking
like
up space.
You'll be
Yeah.
like, "Where's Waldo?" You'll be in all the fucking
I would so.
which
do it.
I think is honorable. E to have no stake and no dog in the fight.
I just want the
and just be
memories.
like, "Hey man, I will sell out if you need people."
Mercenary.
I'll be there. I'm your guy. And he can be loud. He knows how to get in front of cameras, and he's not
very
I just
comfortable
want to
with
sit
it.
on the fucking bus and go somewhere and then get
Make
you
a
eat
scene?
somewhere.
Sure.
Can you imagine when they go, "So, Eric Fady is here. We've got Eric Fady here on KXP TV in Wisconsin. So what is it about women's reproductive organs that you find that made you come all the way out here to show your support, Isis?"
Oh, am I supposed to say something there?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're on the spot. You're being asked. I mean,
Be in a tough position. I don't.
I like to bang their pussies,
Well,
but
I
not
mean,
their
you know,
butts.
yeah.
yeah. Where does it stop? You
Who
start
am I
taking.
defending? Sorry, who am I defending?
Let's see. Okay, E. Well, Isis, it's nice to see you out here supporting Pro-choice. What made you come all the way out here to Wisconsin to support pro-choice?
Look at
my-
the hamsters going around in the wheel.
my-
He's
I
like,
know.
wait, what does choice
I was trying to
mean?
decide if choice was murder or non-murder.
It's murder. Yeah, that's the murder one.
Well, women's rights and whatnot. My body, my choice, and
Get
there you
your
go.
rosaries off my ovaries.
Right. I may be a man, but that doesn't mean who am I to say?
Yeah. What are some of the women's ones that were? What was?
What would Ann?
Yeah, the Quaker. Remember the
Oh,
Quakers?
dude,
Well,
please
the
shut down the Quaker logo, E. Get it changed. Stat.
Dude, that would be fucking hilarious. But the Kavanaugh one.
The
Remember?
Quaker picture freaks out my friend. Yeah, get it changed.
He wanted me to be very clear about this. He dug the cylinder with the top that popped off.
He likes
and
the
then-
cardboard thing, but
he
the
likes that.
picture.
But the picture with the bald guy freaked him out.
Dude, I like eating dry oatmeal, by the way. I have no problem eating dry
Jesus.
oatmeal.
What?
I'll just put oatmeal in a bowl and just kind of.
Ugh. Will you eat dirt, sand, gravel?
I remember when you say that. I remember that Michael that I've talked about in this show from Big Boy back in the day.
hothead,
I don't know what
yeah.
happened, but I used to talk about things I like to eat, and he was just like, "Do you like things without taste?" Like that. He said
Yeah,
that.
dry
I
without
like
taste.
stale things.
Gritty.
Yeah, I do.
I
will
like stale things.
I will eat.
We're just gonna leave that there. We got too much show to get to
Okay,
today.
sorry.
Hey, before we get too much further, everybody, hey, the NBA and NHL finals are in full swing, so stop on by the Hamlin Pub to watch your favorite team on one of their numerous TVs and enjoy sports specials like the $7 medium hand-tossed pizzas, boneless wings, or Nacho Supreme. Of course, you can get these specials at all 5 Hamlin Pub's locations, Clarkston, Chesterfield, Rochester, and the 2 in Shelby Township.
Hey, I saw this today. I'm sure you did as well. The Florida deputy who failed to confront the gunman at Stoneman.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
What was it? Stoneman Douglas.
Yeah.
Marjorie Stoneman Douglas.
And we saw
High
him
School.
on closed circuit TV, kind of doing the peek around the corner,
Yeah.
just stay right here.
9 minutes.
God, man.
By. Yeah.
So indicting.
He's been arrested on 11 charges. Scott Peterson is named, not to be confused with the.
Scott and Lacey Peterson.
Yes.
Little
This
baby
guy-
Connor.
Yes. This Scott only has one T.
Not to be
I
confused
was
with
gonna-
the Scott Peterson who allegedly killed the 3 wives in Illinois.
Was it? Is there something
Stacy
with the?
Peterson, right? Scott and Stacy Peterson?
Was it?
I think
Yeah,
he's
you
a
think
Scott.
you're right. I think. Well, for sure. I think.
Boy, this
Why don't I
name.
remember? Yeah, what's up with this? This is as bad as the Does.
I thought you were gonna go Peterson
Jane and
to,
John
fucking Ferris Bueller's Day Off too. I thought that was coming.
Rooney, this is George Peterson, chief of police.
No, this Scott only has one T in his name. Like his parents just
Ooh.
got bored when they were writing out the certificate. It's like fuck it. Isn't that weird? One T'd Scott.
That is odd. I can't trust him.
Yeah. Is that Scottish or is that like? I feel like there's another like a Scott towels or something or toilet paper with one T. But
Yeah, what is the origin of the Scott with 1 T?
yeah.
Oh.
I don't like it. I don't trust it, no matter what the origin is. I'll get that on record right
Well,
now.
the definition thereof is a payment corresponding to a modern tax rate or other assessed contribution. That's a Scot.
Well,
SCOT.
Well,
Scott.
it's definitely a cool enough thing that you didn't want to name your kid after
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? So, anyways, he faces child neglect charges, culpable negligence, and perjury charges. Peterson, then a Broward County sheriff, was on duty when the shooting took place, but never went inside.
Shameful. Just shameful.
100 years he could be facing. This is a combined prison sentence of 100 years. Bail was set at $102,000. Once released, Peterson will be required to wear a GPS monitor, surrender his passport, and will be prohibited from possessing a firearm. Why?
Right.
It's not going to do anything
He's
with
the
it.
one guy I'm totally comfortable with having a firearm.
Carry it around in a holster.
Yeah. I mean, people are
Forevermore.
shooting around him, and he doesn't even pull the fucking thing out. So,
Should we mention to the listeners that it is pouring balls outside, and that's probably the noise you hear going pitter patter
Yeah.
in the background.
doesn't that kind of make it cool, though?
It's an ambiance.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I mean, should we just...
it's comfortable.
Why don't we
Soothing.
go dark for 1 second? We'll just
let people enjoy it?
for a 5-second count.
Just enjoy it,
Just
everybody.
enjoy it, everybody.
It's nice.
It is nice. It's soothing, isn't it?
Rain falling is one of the best sounds
I
ever.
want to take a nap. Just lay
Yeah.
down on the couch. And
Gentlemen, we have had nothing but trouble with these skylights, but
Arnold
the
Roofing.
glass above us has given us that real hearty sound.
Arnold Roofing has
Yeah.
done it, man.
Look
They've
at that.
solved
No
the
leaks.
problem. Nary a leak.
And that's what's given us that great ambiance sound is the bouncing of the water splashing off the glass, correct?
What a weird concept. A sky like a what do you fuck? I can't even think.
Skylight?
You got it,
Skylight.
E.
Yeah.
No. Go ahead.
I don't know.
Finish your
It's
thought.
weird to me, dude.
Huh.
Like that some people like they, I don't. Are those in houses? These like is that a thing that was in like the 80s and 90s and is it gone? Do people still put skylights in or
Yeah.
do they?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay, I don't know. I think it's weird to me.
I think they kind of came of age probably in the 80s, wouldn't you say? Like in some of the newer builds in the 80s, you started to see
Honestly,
those?
I always thought of those as like kind of uppity people had
Yeah.
skylights because it usually meant like higher ceilings or something.
Well, I think
or
it-
you'd
I think-
see them in.
Yeah, to me it meant like a new build in the 80s.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you just didn't see them before that. But now they're pretty
See,
regular,
like,
wouldn't you
a
say?
full window.
I don't know, but you wouldn't see it in an 8-foot ceiling
Correct.
room. You know what I mean? Like it needs to be a
Yeah,
higher
a
like-
vaulted.
yeah.
Why they're weird to me, I guess, is like, dude, I think
Are you telling me the manor hasn't a skylight?
no,
Bullshit.
no,
You've got a goddamn drawbridge and a moat,
no
Yeah.
skylights.
turrets with soldiers standing atop, archers,
It's got big windows, I guess,
but no skylight?
No skylights. I think what's weird to me is that it'd be cool. It wouldn't be weird to me if like the whole ceiling was window for some reason.
That would be
But-
weird to me.
That's
but
a greenhouse,
But,
Eve.
but sections are weird to me because it's not. What is the point? Like these two things.
Let's light in, man.
Let's light in. It opens the room up.
Yeah, but light that you usually can't.
Oh.
You usually can't control. We're having issues here
What light
because
can you control?
when you have these shades and you have shades.
Well,
everywhere-
you can have a shade on this too. We just stopped there.
Anyone? I don't know if I've ever seen.
You need to let this one go because it's,
Well,
it's
it
just
seems
not
weird to me if I
it's
want it to be
just-
weird to me. There's a lot of things you find weird I don't find weird.
Name
so.
one.
There's, dude, you don't have a credit card.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's not weird. I have a
It's a defensive measure.
yeah. It's a I don't
It's a
trust
self-preservation.
myself.
Sure.
I don't trust myself. I was eating Fruity Pebbles the other day at like midnight, and Troy came downstairs in the morning. I went, nope. We can't have Fruity Pebbles in the house anymore, T. I'm not responsible enough to eat them like a human being,
Well,
so we
it's-
can't have them.
Isn't it something
So
how
I
those
take-
pebbles make that pasty milk? You know, the
Yeah.
milk becomes God, they're
It's
delicious.
a race against time, though. If you
They-
don't
they-
want
that-
them,
That's the best cereal ever made.
ever, right? You want a bowl?
No, I don't need that
I
shit
do.
anymore.
I know, and I'm not responsible enough
They're-
to have
it's
them.
the
but
perfect cereal.
It's fucking the smell of Fruity
I
Pebbles
know,
is
I know.
dynamite.
It's so good.
Did you get like Moody Pebbles when you were growing up in your household?
No, this is something that I came to know later. And I
Yeah.
came to know via sleepovers at Merck's house and things like that.
Sure.
And
Oh,
I fell
Merck
in
would
love.
Merck would have
Oh,
Fruity
dude,
Pebbles for sure.
Merck used to have Reese's peanut butter cups like sitting on the counter.
Yeah.
you just
Like
and
in a
they'd, and
bowl.
they'd be there a week later.
Yes, because that son of a bitch didn't like to eat.
Yeah.
Like I was like a weird animal. They'd come over and just stare at me like a zoo animal because I would
Yeah.
eat. Because their little birdie son Merck would have like one bite of something, he'd be done. Like one
Yeah.
half a hot dog, he'd be full. I can't
Totally.
eat anymore, and I'd be like, "Give me 3 more."
Yeah.
And his whole family would sit there and point, and oh my gosh, look at him
him
go!
Watch him.
I'm like,
A
well,
growing young boy.
I have been pretty much starved for the last 2 weeks. I didn't
Yeah.
understand that, but
Yeah, I never understood those families where you could have a bowl of M&Ms and then a bowl of like peanut butter
Yeah.
cups. It's like, who the fuck is walking by this and not eating handfuls of each?
I know.
What's the matter with you?
Let alone, okay, the adults don't do it. I get, but you've got kids.
You've got kids?
and wow, you can put M&Ms out.
Yeah, no. No, that would not last a day in our houses. But yeah, that's weird, man. It's Merck.
Anyway, Fruity
Yeah.
Pebbles, Skylights, and Merck.
Yep. So, anyways, going back to this guy, Nicholas Cruz is the murderer there. Killed 17, wounded 17.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just wonder. It begs the question: what would have happened if this guy would have gone in there and at least confronted, at least tried something, right?
Yeah, well, it's bad. You can hear the gunshots going off, and surveillance video. You see him hiding behind the building outside
Dude.
as a rain out. They say 6 people. They estimate he probably could had he just engaged. He could have saved 6 lives,
Wow.
6 children's
How do you
lives.
live with yourself?
Yeah, the charges.
It was your job.
I
You're
know.
not just a bystander who you go, well, I kind of didn't want to get involved or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, it was your job. You're the deputy on site.
Yeah.
You're armed.
Yep, the
Fuck.
only one. You're the only one there too with a gun, and
Shameful.
you're literally the only person on here right now with a weapon that could do anything. So there was a 14-month investigation by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and they said the investigation shows former Deputy Peterson did absolutely nothing to mitigate the shooting that killed 17 kids and staff, injured 17 more. There can be no excuse for his complete inaction and no question that his inaction cost lives. This is Broward Sheriff Gregory Toney said Peterson and Sergeant Brian Miller have been terminated following the investigation into the actions of 7 deputies the day of the massacre because Peterson and Miller were found to have had neglected their duties. Peterson's attorney is saying, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, that's a bit overstatement.
He had to go get, Joseph DeRuzo. It's my attorney, Joseph DeRuzo.
Esquire.
The state's actions appear to be nothing more than a thinly veiled attempt at politically motivated retribution against Mr. Peterson, as no other individual employed at the sheriff's office has been criminally charged. Well, none of them were there.
Yeah, none of them were on closed-circuit TV looking around the corner, wondering how they get out of this
You had to
predicament.
say something, right?
Yeah.
You gotta say
Yep.
something.
Well, Governor Ron DeSantis.
He's entitled to a defense.
Scott Israel, Sheriff Scott Israel, he was the guy.
He was the guy who he's taking heat too, right?
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
He came out and was like, "Oh, it wasn't our fault."
Yeah, he's the one that was on all the TV and was at like the CNN town hall
Yeah.
talking about banning guns and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole. I hated that guy. So they suspended him. The governor suspended Scott Israel for neglect of duty and incompetence over the department's actions that day. Israel is appealing. It's, I'm running again next year. Yeah, of course you are. So a state commissioned this report. They issue this 458-page report detailing the litany of errors before, during, and after the shooting, including unaggressive Broward deputies who stayed outside the school and policies that led to that. Because this dipshit, Scott Israel, he changed the guidelines in their handbook, of responsibilities of duties, so that deputies may confront an active shooter rather than shall do so. Yep, the commission believes Peterson could have prevented at least 6 deaths had he entered the building immediately.
When did he change that policy?
Doesn't sound like it was that long
It's just
before
a
this
bizarre
happened.
change to make.
They must have been kicking around there, like watching one of those unfold on TV, being like, "Fuck, man, I ain't running in that shit."
Well, you could see if it said may, and then you changed it to will, shall.
Shall.
You shall.
Yeah.
But to go the other way?
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't you? I mean, is it impossible to think that they were sitting around watching one of those things, and one of them went, "Fuck, man, that'd be my ass ain't running in there, man. I got a kid to think about at home and a wife." And someone said, "Yeah, Chief, you have to. It says in the handbook, man. You don't have a choice. That's your job." What? What do you mean I
Handbook,
have to?
schmanbook.
I don't have to do shit. What are you talking about? I'm not running in there. I'll wait till he comes out. And,
It says shall.
it says you shall. Oh, fuck, we got to change that. And then went in and changed the policy.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So he was a cop in name only, Sheriff Grady Judd. Grady Judd said if he'd been a real cop, he would have run in there with that gun. And then Peterson, for his part, Pussy Peterson,
Peterson.
he said, I only heard 2 or 3 shots, and I didn't know whether they were coming from inside or outside the building. The 3-story freshman building. That's contradicted, by the way, by the radio calls, in which he correctly identifies the building as the shooter's
boy.
location.
Oh man.
Bullets also came out a window almost directly above where he took cover.
When
He's cowering down, and the bullets are shooting through the
God.
fucking window above him. Sheriff Bob Gulattieri said the charges against Peterson are absolutely warranted. Peterson is a coward, a failure. You're a coward and a failure, Peterson. There is no doubt in my mind that because he didn't act, people were killed.
You know what? When I said he had to say
Yeah.
something, honestly, it wouldn't change the outcome to me of how much jail time he would get. But I think what you would have to say is just, you know what?
I'd point to the policy.
Well,
Eh,
well,
Yeah.
Said may.
May.
ah,
Dude, he's not going to get
Start
100
there.
years for that. And I don't think, honestly, I don't think
You don't think he deserves a couple years?
I don't know. I don't.
It's your job, man.
I know it is, but
well, he just said he's not going to get
You know-
100.
Well, hold on. No.
Oh, but Mike,
Let me
he-
finish
okay.
my point, E. I don't know that any of us, like, cops are badass motherfuckers, man. And when most people, when a bang goes off and people get into an instant panic, you run the other way. You
They
just
run
do.
toward the
and
danger.
they run to it. That's their job. But if you've never had to do it, if you're just in some, if you're a Franklin cop around here, you're not running into extreme danger all the time. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
And so if you're down in some
Well, if you're unsure
really
of yourself,
nice
then
area
you're doing
in
it
Florida,
at your peril. You
Yeah.
should know that now. You're doing it. You're taking that job at your
Absolutely.
peril. You could be thrown in jail. And
But
moreover,
all your
don't
training-
perjure yourself. He perjured himself. That's
I know.
one of the charges.
Yeah.
Throw him in for a couple.
couple.
Yeah.
But
and then he'll
yeah,
live
is
the
it-
rest of his days knowing that he'll know. He knows deep down he could have saved some kids.
Yeah, yep, and he's gonna have to live with that, and that's gonna eat
That's
him
what I was
for
trying to
sure. But I do think that it's very possible that a guy like that went to the academy, and he's great at target practice when
Yep.
there's a fake fucking gunman pointing at him, and he's done all his training. He knows how to do everything, and then he's just been in a really nice area of Florida his whole fucking career and has never pulled his weapon out. And now, holy shit, hits
that's
the fan.
probably a fact, but it doesn't
Yeah.
excuse it in my mind.
No, I agree with you, but I'm saying it's just you should be aware. It's not like I don't want to protect people. It could be fear and panic sets in that he didn't know was possible until that very moment.
That's why I said that's what he should have said in my mind. I think he should get a few years like Jay, but I think that instead of trying to sit here and do that stuff, he should have come out and said, look, I'm not saying I shouldn't pay a punishment. I'll accept the punishment.
Whoa,
but I
are
didn't-
you saying his
no,
attorney should come out and admit liability, criminal liability? Look,
I
I think his lawyer should shut the fuck up and just go to trial or
Okay.
go settle it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Okay, well,
yeah, coming out like
I'm
that.
talking
it makes
as a
it,
person. I'm just saying as
no,
a person.
you're
I
off
get-
put by the statement, and you should be, right? Because this lawyer comes out and you're like, give me a fucking break, Joe DiMaggio, or whatever the fuck your name is, Esquire.
Right.
When
Yeah.
really you want him to accept some responsibility.
Yeah.
And so it just makes the guy a bigger villain when you don't. And you can't, though.
Right, I know,
Given
I
his
get it.
position.
Yeah.
You,
Okay,
you
you're
got to
right.
see it through and go see what kind of deal you can
Yeah.
get from the prosecutor.
You're right. There's no way he can come out and go, look, my guy was terrified and
Yeah.
he panicked and turned into a total heel and pussy. We
Yeah.
all saw it, and they lied about it. Makes it even worse. He's very
Ultimately,
sorry.
maybe that statement is made at his sentencing when he agrees to a plea of 2 years or something.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'd be happy with 60 years, but I think 100 is excessive. I think 100 is excessive. Jussie Smollett
Oh, God.
not coming back to
Empire?
the show.
I thought it
Yeah.
was already true.
What?
I thought that was already out there for a while that he wasn't coming back.
No. He remember they renewed his contract so that
Yeah, they're kind of
they
holding him
could-
like you could
Okay,
use him.
okay.
I think he died or something, or he got written out of the show. But they're like, we'll re-sign him so we have the ability to bring him back. I don't know if he died.
He was really happy with that too, that thing, because what they were saying was he wasn't going to be in the first half of the season, and then they left the door open. Possibly, maybe he's written in
yeah, we'll
towards
take
the
the
end.
public's temperature, see if it works.
And then the whole cast came out. Taraji P Henson and what's his ass who needs to just shut the fuck up. Terrence Howard, he does not want. We started reading stories about him. Remember?
Oh,
It
that
was like-
guy's the lead actor on that show?
Oh yeah. And Jussie Smollett's character plays his gay son on the show.
Now I
And
gotcha.
So Variety was claiming there were reports in Variety saying that the writers were forming ideas with the view that Smollett would appear in the back half of the 18-episode season. And that's when Lee Daniels, who created Empire, he came out and tweeted at him, "This is not factual. Jussie will not, all caps, be returning to Empire." So, yeah, I thought that was good news. They just dropped, I think, too, just on Thursday. Wasn't there a big thing like the Attorney General's office released?
Oh, I don't know. They released some documents in it?
Oh yeah, a bunch of documents, because remember the judge sealed that thing.
Yeah, and that was curious. Everybody's like, no, you don't seal something like this.
Yeah, Kim Fox's office.
Yes.
Yeah. Newly released.
I hope all that shit is seen through and she gets whacked for that.
470 pages of files related to the case. Here you go. Released on Thursday, including buried in this was surveillance photos of the actor in his Mercedes driving to do a run through of the attack.
Oh.
Police say he staged.
What an asshole.
The photos are of Smollett's black Mercedes and were taken on January 27th in Chicago around 12:30 p.m. The attack was meant to happen the next day, but was set back because his flight was delayed from New York City. There are also photos of the white rope the brothers placed around Smollett's neck and the bottle of hot sauce containing bleach, which they then discarded. So,
Yeah, boy.
yeah.
This is
You're-
crazy,
You're better
man.
to stay the
Embarrassing.
fuck away from that guy. Lee Daniels is right. You know what? I don't care what my cast says. This guy is poison.
But what is the cast going to do? Because they all sat there and said, it's all him. I mean, are they just going to kind of then go? Because now you look like fucking. You sat there and said, he's coming back. We're all standing with him.
And wouldn't it be best for
No.
ratings to bring him back for a second?
Yeah.
Right.
You get awesome ratings, and then people bitch about it, and then you just let
But
him
what
go.
is that? You know what I mean? What does that cast do now? They look.
They were asking that he be allowed. They
Okay,
weren't, they weren't
okay,
saying it.
okay.
So they released an open letter. This was back in April, and they said, "Together as a united front, we stand with Jussie Smollett and ask that our co-star, brother, and friend be brought back for our 6th season. He is kind. He is compassionate. He is honest. And above all, if you're going to laugh that hard, get off the Mikey.
Sorry.
And above all, he is filled with integrity.
I was off the mic.
Why don't you level with me then?
He is also innocent and no longer subject to legal uncertainty with the criminal charges against him having been dropped.
Now I got you.
Yeah. So I hope Kim Fox is next. Honestly,
Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
Fuck her. Seriously.
Hey everybody, get a 2-pack of My Pillows premiums for
Yes.
$69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow. Do the math, which is the lowest price ever offered on podcast, radio, or TV. This offer is only available at mypillow.com, of course, and you must use the promo code TDC.
This is Mike Lindell. Can you hear me?
Loud
Oh, wow. Coming in
I
hot.
turned it up because
Coming in
why
hot.
don't you level with me? It seems so low.
I could care less.
Yeah.
Why don't you level with me then?
We gotta call that guy back. Just to see if you can get into a fight with him again. Did you see the old lady, the 74-year-old woman, go down in was she in Arizona and they did a helicopter rescue her?
Fuck yes, I did.
Dude,
She was turning as fast as the helicopter rotor.
did this remind you of the fucking plane that was upside down?
Yes, totally, dude.
I guess there's like a rope that stabilizes when they send the stretcher down.
Yeah.
There's another rope that's meant to prevent it from being able to spin.
Yeah, picture a person being airlifted, and you're in that kind
Yeah,
of
that
like
basket.
Yeah, the basket thing, and it usually goes up nice and easy, and you airlift the person, you settle them down. Yeah, this one just is spinning as fast as the rotor.
Yeah, a line intended to stop the basket from rotating broke. It got broke.
And this
And
was
so-
an old lady too, right?
74.
You're not a
Jesus Christ. Fuck.
I knew I'd.
Where is fucking hot Easus, man? Where is sexy Easus to fix these levels in my headphones and to delete that
You're not a
The problem is it's
drop?
only
It wasn't even, you haven't played it in a year.
No,
did-
I was setting up.
Were you
I was
play-
setting it up.
Have you been setting me up for months
Yes,
for that moment?
yes.
I didn't even think.
No.
Like, she's not close to, if she was like 99-year-old woman,
You're not
I'm on my game. But 70, yeah, she's old, 74.
Yep.
Didn't see it coming.
Well, I'm 86 years old. What do you want with me?
Can we look at this video? I mean, is it?
Yeah.
is it
Yeah,
something-
dude. This thing is flying.
She'd taken a little ground level fall.
Yeah,
is
well,
what they
these
heard.
things
And
happen.
so she's on the ground. So they're like,
Did you
"We
say
got
this
you.
is
Hold
in
on,
Arizona?
E.
Yeah,
Hold
it's
on.
in Arizona.
Hold on, E. So yeah, this is very
Yelling,
rare.
Thanks for nothing. Look at her go, man.
They did say she was a bit nauseous and,
Sure.
and a little touch dizzy.
Dude,
Just a
the
bit
fact
dizzy.
that she didn't seize astounds me. Let's see it, Isa.
She's fine though. She's basically fine.
God damn. Oh, shit.
Think about what's going through the 74-year-old woman's
Okay,
head.
it slows down at least as they start to move, but when they initially get her, she is
I believe
cooking.
I believe she was in a 40-second
Look at her
spin.
go! Look at her go!
Oh my god.
Oh, god damn, dude!
What do you think noises she's making right now? No! Stop!
Whoever it is, I don't know if
Some-
it's that.
Something's wrong. There's a human in that.
Oh, shit.
Just being whipped out. Dude, think of those fucking rides at the fair that made you puke.
Yeah, yeah.
Way worse. And she's already bit it
good.
once. She's not in a fair type of mood anyway.
And
Yeah,
at least
they're
at the
bringing her
fair,
up,
you know it's
bringing
going
them
to
up.
stop. Like, oh,
Whoever it is,
just
I don't
just
know if
close
it's
your
that.
eyes and
Hey,
grin and bear it.
nice.
It's going to stop. You have no idea with
Good
this.
job, guys.
Oh yeah. You're like, you'd be thinking, is this the way it always goes? Is this?
You know, my sister
God,
lives
that's
out
awesome.
in Arizona, pretty close to G, and
Yeah.
there's tons of hikers who have missteps, and all the
Oh,
time
yeah.
these helicopters are having to go up to
Grand Canyon is right
save
there.
people who have hiked up a few miles and
Yeah.
can't get back down. Ugh.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, when you're talking these canyons and stuff, because she was she wasn't like hiking down a mountain. She was on the ground level and just a little oopsie oops, it falls down, but they can't get the
She
fucking.
was out way the fuck out there.
She probably.
Can't they bring in a horse and wagon or
She
something? They got
probably-
to scramble a helicopter.
She rolled a fucking ankle or something, man. I hope it was worth calling in fucking the air support.
I hope.
lady.
I want to see the bill for that. You know, I've seen
I bet
ambulance
it's 10
bills.
grand. They're $1,000. I think an ambulance is $1,000.
Yeah.
If
I'd
it
pay
comes to
that.
get you, yeah. I bet that's 10.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And then there's those, what do you call them, that go out on the ice in Lake St. Clair? The hovercraft. They have
Oh,
to go
yeah.
out and save ice fishermen in fucking middle of May.
Yeah.
They get billed for that now.
I'd rather drown. I'm not paying that fucking bill, dude. If they came out to get
Just
me, I'd be
leave
like,
me.
just
No,
go.
no.
I'm not paying
Go away.
the bill.
Go
No.
away. Just
This is on me. I got this. If I don't, it's on me. Not
save you
paying
from
that
yourself.
bill. Yeah. God, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, Jay's going to love this. The spinning lady. She's probably so confused, and her head was so hurting. And,
I would die. I would honestly end up dead. They'd
yeah.
take me out of there, and I would have expired.
What if it was fun as shit, though? Because
No,
it wouldn't be. 'Cause,
God, make me turn around twice, and I don't
dude,
like
that game when we were kids, we've talked about it before, doing the
Forehead
bat.
on the bat. Oh,
Yes. I mean, 3 spins, and I'm done. I'm puking.
yes.
Being whipped around 500,000 times by a helicopter at rapid speed while I'm already in pain. Oh, it's fun to watch, though.
Yeah,
It's
she
fun
forgot
to
her.
watch.
She forgot about her ankle
Yeah.
days ago.
Don't need to go to the doctors for that no more. Did you see Tracy Morgan?
I did in his
Bit of a-
stupid $2 million car.
Fuck. You know, who needs a $2 million Bugatti? I'm kind of glad it got dinged up
I am too, man.
15 minutes after he left the parking lot.
He bought it 15 minutes prior.
15 minutes prior.
Oh, man. Oh, Tracy. Oh, Tracy.
It's kind of a badass looking car, though.
It is not. I think
Yeah.
it's ugly, man. I don't like it.
Dude, when around Los Angeles, it is
The shit you see.
unbelievable. Every other fucking car.
Yeah.
Every other car. Well, where I was really close to Beverly Hills. You know that where my hotel was. Dude. Every corner there's another unbelievable Lamborghini. $500,000 fucking.
And you don't look at them. Blinders on. Don't look at them. They
No.
want you to look.
You almost have
Nope,
to though,
don't
because
do
it's
it.
like, holy shit, dude. That's a $500,000
Don't do it.
Lamborghini truck.
Periphery. That's it.
Oh.
Don't look.
Plus, you want to look and be like, dude, who's in that car? I know that's someone.
And
Yeah,
they're
that's
just
the piece of it.
Most of the time, I mean, when you say it's out there, there's so many of them, dude. They're probably just stupid agents a lot of times. People you never.
A lot of them
fucking-
are.
Yeah.
A lot of them aren't though. But every one of them has just blacked the fuck out windows. You can't see shit.
Right.
There was one, I can't remember who it was, and G goes, "Oh my god, that's so and so," and then the guy immediately rolled the window up. You couldn't see him anymore. I can't remember who it was though. It was someone you guys would know for sure. Anyway, but yeah, so this is in New York City. New York City. It's in New York City.
City.
And this woman, female driver, gets in a little dust, a little fender bender, and Tracy's not happy about his brand new Bugatti supercar, and so she's traumatized now by this ordeal.
I'm telling you the God's honest truth. If I won $500 million, I would not buy a $2 million car. I just wouldn't.
I don't think you would either.
That's so excessive and weird to, I don't know, be driving around in something like that. And because this is what happens, right? You get a ding and you're freaking the fuck out.
Why would you freak the fuck out though? I don't understand that. Like why he would like. Okay, it's insured. You've
Is
got
it, though?
plenty of
Is it?
money. They're not going to let him leave the lot 15
Yeah,
minutes
I
ago
know.
without that.
I know.
I mean, it's like what? You've got everything.
Because it's this masterpiece thing, and it's yours, and it's the crown jewel of your garage, and now some dumb bitch just turned into it.
Jocelyn Madold.
Sorry, Mrs. Madold.
Yeah, 61 years old. She's got Tracy Morgan. Tracy Morgan bangs on a window. Get out of the car, bitch!
Yeah.
Like, you could barely hear it, but you can play it, E, if you got it there.
Dumbass looking car. I'm sorry.
See,
You like it?
yeah, it's fine. I mean,
$2 million.
bitch, get out the car.
Bitch, get out the car. What's Tracy wearing? He looks like a Benetton flag.
Yeah, he does.
That's typical Tracy, isn't it, Al? Kind of what he wears.
He's wearing like a horizontally striped, multicolor
Yeah,
shirt.
it's Colors by Benetton.
Yeah.
It's a 90s polo ad.
Yeah, looks
Struggling
like he's
to
going
get out.
sailing.
Yeah. He is
Oh,
not
Tracy.
happy. A little dingy ding on the front of the car there.
No, just the notion of rolling around in public with
Manhattan too, like
that
fuck,
much money
dude.
rolling down the street. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, but you're not into cars, really.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder if that would change, though, if you did come into $500 million.
I'm telling you the God's honest truth.
I know that's easy to say, though,
I
when
wouldn't
you
even
don't.
approach that.
Oh, look
It's
at
just, Yeah, it's what you said. I'm just not into cars.
Yeah.
Not that I wouldn't spend money, obviously, but it's just
I'm not
I
either.
wouldn't do it on cars.
But I wouldn't put it past me to fucking get something like that. Hell yeah. Dude, being in that one with Hot Eases the other day, you know, the G8
Yeah.
X whatever.
Yeah, it's no kit car, but you know.
Yeah. 0 to 60 in 0.2 seconds.
you know,
Bullshit.
well.
Kit's full of shit. Sorry. But yeah, people are attacking me because I said Corvette killer. It was told to me. Do you think I actually know whether or not it's a Corvette killer? Hot Eases said it was a Corvette killer.
And so people are pushing back
People
on
are like-
that. Listeners are.
Corvette killer ? And then like I'm getting hit with like
That's what
the
Hot Eases told me too.
gifs of like eyes rolling and
I believe Hot Eases.
I believe Hot Eases as well.
You've driven said automobile,
Dude.
Yeah, fast as balls.
Ridiculous. And you can tell he takes great pride in his fucking quick shifting abilities.
Uh-huh.
Hot Eases can shift a fucking stick. Oh yeah, quickly. The supercharger in there. Put a fucking booster in there. Oh, thing's lightning. Corvette killer, from what I understand.
Okay, you're
Corvette
doubling down.
Killer.
You're doubling, triple down.
Goddamn Corvette killer. Murders the vet.
Walters at DetroitCast.com, right?
Yeah, sure. Send it to hoteasus at DetroitCast.com. He'll get it. So, yeah, I would think Tracy Morgan, though, like, honestly, if someone dinged my car, I don't know, maybe I would get pissed. Like, I didn't get mad when my dad crashed my Mustang, you know.
What if he drove it out of the lot right after you signed it? You know, that's a big piece of that. He just fucking bought that. I didn't realize that he
Yeah.
bought it 15 minutes before. That's a big piece of that.
Yeah,
you
let's
haven't even
see.
got
Like-
it home to show your wife, and it's already fucked up and going back in the shop. Who knows how long he waited for that? He could have waited for years
Yeah.
on some list.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, $2 million for a car. I mean,
Just insane.
seriously, like you hear about $1.2 million Lamborghinis and stuff, but a $2 million
I'm not sure I've ever heard of a more expensive
I don't.
car.
I was gonna say that too, but I didn't want to say it and have people go, "Are you kidding
No,
me?
I'm-
What about the fucking $4 million?"
I'm sure there are. I mean,
I don't know that I've ever heard of a car being worth $2 million.
what are Rolls Royce? Those real nice Rolls Royces. The only thing.
$1,800,000. I
Okay.
mean, you can get Rolls Royces and
Okay, I don't know.
yeah.
I just feel like there must.
I mean,
be,
I'm sure
but-
you can load them, you gold plate them all up, trump them up and stuff,
Yeah.
and make them whatever you want.
Bugatti sells the world's most expensive car. Luxury car brand Bugatti sells the world's most expensive car.
I've heard that.
For 18 for 18.9 mil. That's their most expensive.
Well,
Yeah, I think I heard Ronaldo just bought something like that in the
Really?
15 million.
What
range or
is
something.
what are you getting for the extra $16 million?
I don't understand it, man.
I mean, that's just to say that you have that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other reason that, like,
Must
you
be
know
great
what?
value in that, in ego, right?
Yeah.
You just stroked your ego.
Yeah, I
Times
mean-
a million.
Because there's no reason, like, yes, I had the $2 million Bugatti. I did. And it was okay. As far as, like, luxury and speed, it was okay. But the $18 million one, now you're talking. Now
Yeah.
that's a car. That's a car. No, it's just about being able to go, look who's got the $18 million car.
Of course.
And real players go by yachts, sir. So you're still a
Yeah.
fly compared to the
Great point.
to the yacht people you're trying to catch up to. So, yeah, let's see here. Yeah, TMZ reported he'd driven it out of the lot for the first time 15 minutes earlier.
That's the best part of the story.
I love this too. Like, he's saying they can't do the story of him without talking about how he almost died when
I was
he
just gonna say, isn't it hilarious not hilarious? Like that.
The-
Yeah, where he got
Walmart
hit by the Walmart driver.
driver.
What did he get, like a couple $100 million or something
No,
for that,
not-
right?
Did we not find
quite.
out? I thought we didn't find out technically.
we weren't supposed to find out.
Okay.
It was like
Massive. It was a massive settlement.
it was 90 million is what it's believed to be, and he couldn't, like, he's got to shut the fuck up. He can't say a word about it. He can't. If anyone asks, that was part of the deal, and I don't know what the penalty is. Do they take their 90 million back?
Yeah,
But
there's
they
huge.
can.
Yeah, there'd be huge penalties in it. There's confidentiality clause. Do not breach, sir.
Well, Damon Wayans was doing an interview back a couple of years ago on the Breakfast Club, and he blurted out the figure while discussing challenges that comedians face staying relevant once they become super wealthy, And he's like, there's a certain point as a comedian, you have to be the everyman. Like Tracy Morgan right now got 90 million. So when he gets on stage, people got 90 million things on their mind besides his comedy.
Oh boy.
And Tracy's going, oh, fuck. What?
Yeah.
I told you that in confidence. You can't say anything. But, he knew that information, and his point is valid. You know, it's got to be
Yeah.
hard to relate to people when you're like, my
I think-
Bugatti got dinged up.
But
I
then
think it
again,
depends on
you
what your
could just-
humor is,
Could
because-
just hang it up and go ride around in a Bugatti, you know?
Yeah.
Well, see, I think that really depends on your humor because Seinfeld's really still fucking good. I don't personally like his new stuff as much, but he
I
still
don't
does.
like any of his stuff.
But he
usually.
does really well. My point is, I don't
Yeah.
think people look at Seinfeld and go, "Oh, he's a $1 billion person," but because Seinfeld was
Yeah.
just such a club comic guy. I mean, he still goes to clubs on the weekends, and
I think
stuff.
Tracy does too.
I'm not saying that about
Somewhat.
Trey, but I'm just saying I think that it maybe depends on what you're if you're just telling actual jokes or if you're doing like kind of a woe is me,
Well, he says, I know why God spared my life that day in that accident. Forget the 49 years of my life. Let's think about the last 3. The accident was 3 years ago, and I am a better man now than I was. The answer is yes, if that's the question. So this is good news. That accident actually,
It's great news.
he should give him
all
money
around.
back then.
Yeah,
or
why-
is the
right.
money what made him a better man now?
Ooh, good question.
I don't know. Does Tracy Morgan, pre-Walmart truck driver accident, buy a $2 million Bugatti?
I doubt it, right?
right?
Yeah.
Seriously doubt it. But
might
then
be-
here he is. We see him acting out on video,
Yeah, this is a better
banging
man.
on. That's the better man, huh?
That's the better man. That's the
Boy.
best man. That's the best Tracy Morgan we could see.
I'm not.
Did
a
you guys
fan.
find him
I'm
funny
not,
at all?
No,
Not
I'm not
really.
a fan.
I don't either.
In fact,
He's like-
last time I saw him, speaking of Seinfeld, was on that Seinfeld Cars and Coffee
Yeah.
or whatever, and I thought it was one of the worst episodes on
Yeah.
in that series that I've seen. I've seen probably 8 or 9, and I don't find him funny.
Well,
He
you
seems
watched
cool.
30 Rock, right?
Yeah, well, loved it.
Yeah,
you
that
like him
character
on
was
that?
character was pretty good.
But it was him being kind of him weirdo. Like I like that show a lot.
Dr. Spaceman.
Right, right, right.
The doctor's name was Spaceman, spelled Spaceman. I love it. Yeah.
Dr. Space.
Yeah, I like
What-
that show a lot, dude. But honestly, he was probably my least favorite character on that show. I mean, between all the other
Wasn't it kind of
characters.
just like a parody of his obnoxious
Yes.
guy
Yes.
It
character?
was him like times 100.
right?
Yeah. And SNL, I never liked his
Liz
stuff.
Lemon.
Yeah, Liz Lemon.
I wasn't crazy about his character. I did like, that's a goat. What are you doing, goat? Like Brian, whatever.
yeah, I
the-
kind
he-
of know what you're talking about.
Can you find a clip of that? And I can show Jay really quick.
We're gonna get pulled off. We're gonna get pulled
Yeah, I'll
off
just show you a
YouTube.
quick second of it. What was it?
I've never seen his
Brian
stand-up.
Fellows. I'm Brian Fellows.
Sounds familiar.
You know him. He's works at a zoo, and he doesn't know shit about the animals.
Huh.
Is it Brian Fellows? Is that the character?
Yeah, Brian Fellows, I think. I'm Brian Fellows. He just keeps saying his name.
I didn't
I'm
even-
Brian
you know what?
Fellows.
I didn't even
And
think-
that's a squirrel. What are you looking at, squirrel?
I gotta be honest. I didn't
Oh,
think
wow.
this was that good.
Yeah, he's all dressed up like a like that Jack guy who goes around with all the animals to the
Jack
night.
Handy?
Yeah.
And with a 6th grade.
No, Jack.
Hannah?
Yeah.
Our first guess is like a human cat.
I'll try to get through his. I guess.
Yeah,
We're gonna
go
get
get to an
yanked.
animal.
Gonna
I know.
get yanked.
I just want to get to an animal, E. Because they usually bring a live animal on.
Okay, there's a porcupine.
Homeless and stuff.
Those are so cool.
He looks all homeless and stuff.
His shaggy appearance is helpful.
Yeah, you're right. We're going to get pulled. We shouldn't do it. But
No, I don't find him
he's
that
got
funny.
like
is the
lip
point, I
gloss on, and he's very
Yeah.
effeminate.
Yeah.
And he's running this show, and he doesn't know dick about animals. I don't know.
It's a
I
decent
thought it was
concept,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. But I can't think of another character that he used to
It's
do
funny
on
'cause
that, though.
he
Maybe some
seems really
contestants
cool.
on like the Jeopardy segments, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Maybe he would play guys like that.
Yeah, maybe. 55-year-old man facing.
You guys are
Fuck, dude.
You brought this on yourself.
You did. You really
I'm
did.
taking it down there. I don't
Why?
trust you. Because I don't trust you. I have a bad heart, and you're fucking giving me a heart attack every day when you play that.
Every day.
55-year-old man, Jay,
Okay. Is that right?
is facing life in prison in Romania. You know, he's Romanian for sexually assaulting his partner with a carrot grown in their backyard. Callan Laurentia said he was undertaking a sex act with his 59-year-old partner. You're fucking your 59-year-old girlfriend with a carrot at their home.
How old was he again? 55, you said?
Yeah. And
But
she-
old people can't.
fuck with
that.
carrots? No.
Disagree.
She fell unconscious. The woman first agreed. She's like, yeah, fuck me with carrot. That's fine. And then she asked him to stop. She died of sepsis when her body responded to an infection caused by the vegetable piercing her colon.
Oh, come on, man.
He was butt fucking her with a carrot? Was he churning butter in her asshole with a carrot?
He pierced her colon.
Yeah. He has what is known as a vegetable fetish.
Yeah.
He's been accused of rape and murder. During the assault, she was like, fine, use carrot in butthole, fine. And then he's like, okay, after a short while, asked her to stop. He refused to stop. And
Well, it's the fetish, you know.
his reason
Very
was,
exciting.
I was too drunk. I'm too drunk to stop. And so he's too drunk to stop. And later he realizes, oh shit, she's not even awake. She's unconscious. I called for, he says, after it occurred to me she had died, I dressed her nicely in pajamas, which I think that's the first thing I would do too. Dress her in nice pajamas. And then I called for an ambulance initially. Then I realized, nah, not worth it. I hurt her. I did not torture her with carrots. She told me to leave her alone at some point, but I carried on. I am sorry about that. Did not mean to kill her. Love her. She loved me. I'll confess everything to police and to lawyer. So yeah, colon perforation.
Wow, man.
Boy, oh boy.
You know, there's a way
know-
to have a vegetable fetish and still keep your partner alive, you know?
Usually,
Right?
yeah, I
mean,
think so.
You got to get so violent. You got to use such a huge carrot so deeply, right? I mean,
yeah.
there's a way.
And you know what? I got to be honest with you, and I don't know if they just didn't establish a safe word.
Well, maybe she yelled rutabaga and he threw rutabaga up there.
I'm too drunk to stop now. Keep going.
Rutabaga! He's like, all right.
Can you imagine?
You want some
dude?
cabbage too?
The news gets out. And it's like, hey, man, I heard your mom died. What happened? That's terrible. I'm really sorry. Yeah, she's fucked to death by carrot. The comedian? No, the vegetable. It's not Carrot Top. No, Carrot Top did not fuck my mom's asshole to death. The
yeah,
actual
that sucks.
vegetable did.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to look either of you in the face if it was like, oh, Mike, I hear your mom passed. What happened? Yeah, my dad fucked her asshole to death with carrot. Like, I couldn't come down here and look at you guys. I just couldn't.
You'd make something else up.
Oh,
She
yeah.
passed in her sleep. Be true.
Easiest,
right?
if Mike took a fucking large squash and fucked Fran's asshole till
Hi,
she
by
died.
the way, Mrs. Fady, hello.
Mrs.
It's been a
Fady.
while since we said hello.
What's a good one? It's squash might be.
I think
too
you're
harsh.
barking down the wrong tree here. I mean, I
squash.
understand
a
that it would
squash
suck,
or
but
a
Yeah, picture those, the cornucopia.
cucumber. The cornucopias. Yeah.
How about he uses the horn of plenty itself?
Okay.
The
I
bugle.
like that.
He uses the bugle.
You come home, your dad's on his knees sobbing, and your mom's panties are off, and there's the bugle.
You stay with us. This is the,
I know, I just think
I
a
just
realistic
I just put a
description.
carrot in my beloved mother's asshole to death.
That's not what
so
I
you
said.
can put up with the cornucopia
I think you're
in your
using
mom's
the wrong
asshole.
person to embarrass. I think that it would suck, and it wouldn't. You're right.
If you walked in, your dad's sitting there, your mom is face down, ass up, with a fucking, what is it called again? The bugle?
cornucopia.
Cornucopia.
Yeah, the actual horn of plenty.
The horn of plenty sticking out of her asshole, and your dad's just a mess. He's bawling. He's trying to get her pajamas on. And you walk in, and then word gets out to us. Now we know, and we know.
So what? That's not me.
Does it change anything if the big side of the horn is inserted?
Nothing's going to change anything here. It's not me. I would just make a joke.
To me, that changes everything.
It just looks like a fucking rhino horn sticking out of his mom's asshole.
Yes.
Would you want him to take a picture or a selfie with it really
man,
quick?
oof.
Dude, look, I'm
No,
telling you, you look like
no.
a rhinoceros. I wanted to draw eyes on her butt cheeks.
I would make jokes about it if it weren't for the fact that it would kind of make me still feel bad about my dad. But as far as like, dude, it's not me. What do I care? That's
You'd make jokes about it. I bet you would. You probably would.
I seriously, but I wouldn't
Be
be
quite a circumstance.
But I wouldn't be
Yeah.
embarrassed in the sense, like, I'm not saying. I mean, I'd be annoyed in the sense that, like, okay, now everyone has to say that to me over. Yeah, I get it. But I wouldn't be honestly, I wouldn't be embarrassed in the sense of like people are like, yeah, your mom did that. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's
Even
what
with the big side inserted?
yeah,
Wow.
that's what my mom did.
Yeah.
I'd actually be. I'd probably be happy to know they were still in a crazy active sex life.
Even that, though, the
Yeah.
big side.
The big
We're not
side.
talking
It's
about the little
wide.
side of the horn. The big side of the horn
that's
of plenty.
disgusting.
I mean, that's
for sure.
years of work to work up to a gape
Yes.
that big.
You are really working that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know though. It's not me.
I like your attitude. You're going to lean into it. It's kind of like the kid that knows he's being bullied and stuff,
Hey.
and it's like, hey, I know I'm fat. You start throwing fat jokes at yourself.
When you're given
take the
lemonade,
wind out of
make
their sails.
lemons.
And honestly,
That's
I'm
what I
right.
always say.
Maybe it
Hell
would
yeah.
change. And if this really happened, maybe I would be wrong. But I'm actually saying how I think it would be. I really would be be like, like I said, I'd be annoyed of like people having to be like, oh, that was your mom, and like, yeah, it was. Okay, man.
I believe you.
Like,
I
I do
think
too.
that's exactly how we would approach it.
I do too. That might be a better story though. Like I bet if you asked this guy, he's a little bit. It's like getting pulled over for drunk driving. And you blow 0.08.
Yeah.
And you wasted it. It's like fucked her asshole with shit. Name it. I've fucked her with every vegetable imaginable. Cornucopia of sorts. I've done squashes, huge squashes, and cucumbers, and the fucking carrot in her asshole takes her out.
I know that is
Yeah,
that's disappointing.
Actually, also the another thing
Yeah.
for me, by the way, is like if that got, which would get huge press, if that happened in this country, like that would go viral, and then I'd fucking absolutely lean into it on the stage.
There
then,
you
because
go.
At that
Yeah.
point,
He
now it's like,
turns it
hey,
in. I like
you
it.
guys know the guy whose dad, whose mom died with a big cornucopia up her ass? That's me. Now I'm gonna tell some jokes. That was my dad. Now I'm my mom. Now I'm gonna tell some jokes.
Yeah, you would make dude. You are the kid that gets a glass of lemonade and makes lemons out of it. I love
The
it.
glass is half full. Well
Yeah.
done, Isis.
I love it. E. I love it. Well, hopefully that's how this family feels.
I'd feel bad for my dad in the sense that he's
Oh,
my
sure.
dad.
He'll get
Sure.
over it. He's not going to go check out your stand-up anyways.
But he was doing what he was doing, man. So
That's right.
that's a risk you take if you're shoving cornucopias up your wife's ass.
He brought it on himself. You're absolutely
Right,
right.
dude.
And violently, too.
Right, what
It's
am I
not like he was
supposed to do?
gently placing. He was some sort of force.
Well,
At
it
that
is-
point, if my dad's pissed at me for using it on the stage, then man, I mean, you gotta,
Yeah.
dude, you're doing what you're doing. You know,
he
what's
gave you the
happening.
gun and the bullets in
Right.
that case. He can't
is
blame
a-
you for shooting it.
One of plenty.
Pennsylvania mother is really pissed off at this restaurant, the Golden Corral. You guys been there?
No, but I'm somewhat familiar with it. I think I've
It's
seen
like a
those.
southern. It's kind of like a
uh,
hillbilly.
There's one around here,
Ponderosa,
right?
Isn't it?
Oh,
Like, or
okay.
something, or-
Yeah, is it
Golden
kind of
Corral.
It used to be like I know it mostly from the reason I think is it more hillbilly is because it always used to be like a NASCAR sponsor, like Golden Corral, and Jeff Foxworthy used to fucking do commercials
Okay.
for them.
Oh
and shit.
yeah,
Ponderosa, Bonanza.
Kind
something
of like
that.
it's kind of like a
Yeah.
southern kind of.
Is it where you go just feed yourself? Like do you just
Yeah, do you get a tray?
I think so. I think
wow.
so.
what is
I
that
think-
called?
I
The
mean, I'm
buffet
not-
style.
Yeah.
Is it a buffet style
I
restaurant?
believe so. I'm
Not a fan of those. You know.
I was in college, man. Holy shit!
Well, I
I
bet.
could crush a buffet.
Yeah, I don't know.
so
Anytime
bummed
I
the
see
old country-
sneeze guards, I'm
but
just
now,
like,
yeah,
nah.
I don't want to I don't even want to eat fried chicken and shit like that.
Well, she's had it with this Golden Corral after she was booted. She got kicked out of there for dressing too provocatively. And
God, what do you have to wear in a Golden Corral to
Wow,
get booted?
Right? Don't pull it up yet. Soretta Emke voiced her dissatisfaction in a Facebook post. You know, one of those I've been wronged and the world needs to know about it. She and her husband had first enjoyed a trip to Chuck E. Cheese that day,
Charles E. Cheese.
Charles E. Cheese, and then they went to the zoo. And then
What a day!
seriously.
Charles E. Cheese, the zoo, but ended on a Golden Corral to finish it up.
it's an
It's her
affordable
son's
date.
birthday.
There you go.
All right, so they're celebrating the kid's birthday. Why not go to Charles E. Cheese in the morning for first when they open up at noon or whatever? Hit the zoo.
Yeah,
love it.
Tie it all together with the Golden Corral.
Golden Corral, love it. And they brought the son and her best friend, I guess. So included in her post was a photo of the outfit, the orange and white crop top she claims caused her to be ejected. After getting Aiden settled and then helping my friend's son get some fruit, I went up to get something for myself to eat. I was approached by a manager and told I was dressed too provocatively. That another customer had complained.
Wait, so this is a lady like with a young son. How old is she? Is she like old or?
I don't know how.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Nice
how
try,
old this
asshole.
person is.
Nice try.
Well,
I got it potted down just enough to not kill me.
does
I
it
almost
say?
said-
Because I'm actually
yeah,
curious. Okay.
she's probably in her early 30s, late 20s. So another customer complained, and so manager's like, you got to do something about it. And she tried to explain, I don't have any other clothes.
Let me just imagine what
Manager
this
didn't
must be.
care.
This must be like vag hanging out, like dromedary toe.
Look, it's
For
gross.
somebody to complain, like, oh my god, get rid.
It's
is there
gross,
like
but to
boob,
me, I
like
don't-
side boob hanging out,
I don't think it's, dude. Honestly, for the Golden
like
Corral,
nothing you haven't seen at Walmart. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Isis?
no,
Yeah, I
no,
don't-
you're fine. I think it is.
it's gross as fuck.
Pull
Is there
pull
like
it up.
labia hanging out? Is that where
No.
we're going?
Like it's gross. Gross.
Dude, that's not like expellable. Would you think?
But it is. Yep.
I don't think so personally.
I mean, you see that at Cedar Point all day long.
Yeah.
All
And-
day
and
long.
You hate it every time you see
Well,
it.
sure, but
Why are you wearing short shorts? Those are Daisy Dukes in a size 80. And then whatever that is, a nice tattoo, by the way, too.
Actually,
What
they're
is
not.
it?
Though.
What's
they
the
slip down
tattoo
a
of?
little
Can
bit.
you tell?
Is Calvin taking a whiz maybe
Come
on her
on,
tit?
man.
I don't know.
You might be right, dude.
I
Or a
can't.
snowman?
It's a snowman or something. There's other pictures of her.
What is that?
I don't.
So, like,
it's fucking hot. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
There's got to be other pictures of her.
Well, the horizontal stripes aren't helping.
No. Yeah, you're right. She needs to go vertical.
Or black. Just, stay in black.
I'm hoping that. I think this is the same person.
Of course, that's her. Oh, it says Andrew, and it's got like a kind of loopy infinity symbol with a heart in the middle.
Yeah. See, if you drew a line like a whiz line, I would be. That's Calvin taking a whiz.
You're right,
It's close
man.
enough, right? If you wince.
It looks like a snowman's profile, like the hair.
Yeah.
Andrew's hair. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. See, she looks better in black there.
It's more sunny.
Her husband Andrew tried to speak to the manager. That made a bigger scene.
Oh, she's still with Andrew? I was putting it at 25.75. She wasn't.
Yeah. She hung on to Andy. Yeah, once
for
you
the
get the
tattoo.
titty tattoo with Andrew.
Gotcha.
I mean, if she could only date Andrews going forward, right?
Yeah.
Because no guy named Steve is gonna want to titty fuck his girl looking at Andrew's tattoo on the titty, you know.
Yeah.
So they end up getting kicked out and they're forced to leave. They have no dress code, and even if they did, they just can't pick and choose who they're going to make up a dress code or enforce it on based on another customer's complaints. I've seen people in there wearing less, and nothing is said to them, but I really do believe something was said to me because I'm not thin, so it's not considered sexy.
Well, definitely.
Fair point.
Definitely
right?
true.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
It's her truth.
Yeah, that's just the reality. They called the franchise owner, and he didn't give a shit. He was extremely rude. He ignored my question and continued on his point that they don't have a dress code, but they are a family restaurant. So if another one customer complains, then we'll address that person's attire. For example, I think this is a great example he gives them. If someone comes in with profanity on their shirt, if another customer complains, we'll ask them to cover it up. So you go in there with your fuck off Blink 182 sweatshirt,
Right.
and Jay's there, he's going to complain.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
going to make you cover it up.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
So she was most upset about her feelings toward the shirt now, as she had never owned a crop top before. And I was nervous at first
So
about
she
wearing
was,
it.
Yeah, sporting it for the first time, thinking, oh, it's pretty sexy.
My husband loved the way it looked on me
I'm glad.
and encouraged me to
man.
wear it since I liked it so much. I really felt cute in it.
Okay.
Good for her, man.
Good self-esteem. I like that. Confident. Yep.
But for your kid's birthday at Charles E. Cheese, the
Yeah.
zoo, and the Golden Corral, come on.
Maybe she wore more to Charles E. Cheese and then kind of
The day got
Hot it up.
hotter as we're
Yeah, and so did
at the
she,
zoo.
so-
Yeah.
I really felt cute in it. Now I never want to wear that shirt again, even though it was the first time I ever wore it, and I felt good about myself.
Why are we
in it.
blaming the shirt, by the way? I think there's plenty of blame to go around. What about the Daisy Dukes?
Right? The Daisy Dukes are getting a free fucking pass here.
Yeah.
And that shirt, in a much, much smaller size, on a much cuter person.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that shirt.
Yeah, I don't think those shorts work with anyone.
And you know what? She doesn't even want to wear that shirt ever again. I think that's a good call. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is overall a good story because
Good news out of
Pennsylvania.
All right.
Yeah. She would later share that she was able to call the district training manager and had an absolutely wonderful conversation with him. He already knew who I was, so this goes a little bit viral in Pennsylvania. He knew all about the situation already, and he apologized many times over. Ends up giving her several gift cards so she can go hogging out at the Golden Corral.
That's all
anytime
she wanted,
wants.
man. She got what she wanted.
I hope there will be a day. Oh boy, get over yourself. I hope there will be a day that no one is treated this way. That day will never come. All you people that want people to just be treated kind in this world, never. We're humans and we're cunts.
Yeah.
That period. That day will never happen. That's a pipe dream.
You cunts!
Even a Disney movie couldn't fucking pull that off. But until then, I'll just keep trying to change the world for the better of all people. Nah, we don't need you doing that. Right?
What's it got to do with me?
I mean, if she's trying to change my world for the
Yeah,
better,
I'm
like,
good.
dude,
I'm good.
I'm totally good.
Just change your shirt, lady, and your shorts.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, Twin Peaks. They're your ultimate sports lodge with a menu to match. Pair any of their made-from-scratch menu items with a frosty 29-degree draft beer served by a beautiful Twin Peaks girl, and you're in for a legendary sports watching experience. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
By the way, I should point out to show once again how
Did you just step on the Twin Peaks read?
A
Eats
touch,
sweet,
a little
Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for the light to come up. from Jeopardy. Never mind.
Yeah, you deserved a 0.2 second violation penalty.
Just to show how objective I am, by the way, when people want to talk about my fat shaming, if you show on the record, I said I don't think that girl should have been kicked out, even despite the fact that she's a fat ass and was ugly.
J.
saying.
Chris Newberg has written a song.
I haven't
He
heard it
hates
yet, but
fat chicks.
I'm going to listen.
He did?
To it.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I
haven't heard it either yet. I posted it today, but there's part of the subject matter in the thing.
Yeah.
It's a new song. Eric hates fat people.
Did you notice he wanted credit there for not fat shaming? And
I
then
wanna
he
show
ends
how-
his statement
actually-
with, even though she's a fat bitch, blah, blah, blah. Like,
My point was to show how objective I can be. And I could cycle that back to fucking grievances to show you that I can look at things that I disagree with, but take a side equally on.
at no point did I say she deserved to be thrown out of that restaurant.
I know, but I was just pointing out because I know people gave me shit for the fat shaming, and I said that girl should not have
And
been
she's
kicked out.
fucking. Do you think she should be fucking?
I never said I don't think they should be fucking. I just said I can't. It blows my mind.
Should
that people
Andrew be
want to.
jailed? Should Andrew be thrown in jail?
No.
Lock him
I'm
up. Throw
glad
away
they
the
found
key.
each other.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Were we talking about dodgeball just like yesterday?
I think so.
Yeah.
Did you
Feel
guys
like
see
it.
that study in Canada?
No.
The game of dodgeball is more than just a popular playground game.
Duh. It's a way of life, man.
It's a tool of bullying.
It sure is.
That is the game, isn't it?
You know what?
Like really? Is it
Yeah,
really?
there's smear the queer and dodgeball. You know, I mean,
When I saw this, I was like, "Fuck off!"
yeah.
First off,
it's
but
bullying. Smear the queer gets you tackled. Dodgeball gets you a ball in your face. Yes, bully.
dude, this game could be called bully ball. Like
It could
you
be.
could be like, no, they banned
worse than
dodgeball. We
Smear the
play
Queer.
bully ball.
It's actually worse than Smear the Queer to me because
No.
because Smear the Queer, like everyone technically usually, kind of the ball flops out and people end with it. But dodgeball can flat out end up just being there's three nerds, boom, boom, boom.
To E's point, the queer usually wants the ball. Like you don't have to get the ball. The
Yeah,
queer
it is,
usually
it is an
takes the
interesting game
ball.
that way, right?
Yeah.
You do have this strange desire for the ball,
just want
even
to get away.
though you're going to get tackled by
And
five
you're-
of your friends. It's,
and called a queer.
wow.
But the queer does want
Is there
the ball.
some latent homosexuality in this game? Think about it.
Maybe. I don't know.
I wanted the ball.
I did too.
like desperately.
Is it just
Are
that
we
you
closeted? Are we just fucking
Wow.
not being truthful with ourselves? We wanted sweaty boys piled all over us?
I need to marinate on this.
I do too.
My thought would be-
I need to mull on this.
My thought would be is that you're just it's just like competitive. Like your thought is if I get the ball, how long can I stay away from people? How
That's
long
exactly
can I?
it.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Go
going to
ahead, try
tackle
and
me.
smear this
you
queer.
sons of bitch.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You're not going to smear this queer.
Sons of bitch.
But in that moment, when it was kind of one of those up for grabs, and you're one, everyone's a queer right there,
Yeah.
and it's like you could just bat that ball down and get away from it because you didn't want to be smeared that fast.
Right.
Whereas dodgeball, I don't know. So anyway, the research here, it's a Canadian research team, I believe in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
The researchers argue that there is a hidden curriculum of dodgeball that reinforces the opposition of those perceived as weaker individuals through the exercise of violence and dominance.
Hidden.
They claim dodgeball.
Thinly
Doesn't-
veiled at best. I mean, hidden. What are you talking about?
They claim-
No, there's pointing. There's get that fucking
Get him.
nerd right there. Right there.
Stand still, you queer!
Everyone at the same time. Hit him in the face!
Yeah, you target the weakest gazelle first,
Yes.
point him out, and then
course.
you and three athletic friends pound him. You go high, I'll go low. You want to hit him in the balls and the face.
Of course.
Yeah, they claim dodgeball doesn't actually help students.
Oh.
Bullshit. I just care.
Surprised.
It builds,
Arm strength.
yeah,
aim,
plus,
accuracy.
a lot of high fives with your boys when
Lots
you
of
fucking
high
drill
fives, yeah.
someone in the face. Some girl. Dude, you could take aim at a chick, blast her in the face.
I know.
And it was like, hell yeah.
It was totally acceptable.
That's the only way you could
to just
drop
knock a chick off her feet. And it was, socially acceptable.
As long as you
Right
did it
on, man.
With a red rubber ball.
Yes.
All bets were off. It was totally
A
acceptable.
partially deflated volleyball. You could just whale a chick in the face. It was allowed.
Who didn't see it coming and was usually standing by the wall just trying to be ignored.
Yes.
Don't notice me. Don't notice me.
Uncomfortably wearing her gym clothes. Probably on her first or second period. She didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
She just wanted to go back to math class.
Do you mean like
BAM!
oh
Smack!
she's just got that weird pattern of the red fucking rubber ball stamped on her cheek all day. if you practice ganging up on people over time, you'll esteem ganging up on people. If that's what you want, then dodgeball is an excellent tool to that end.
Okay.
The
Good to know.
professors at the University of British Columbia, they argue that dodgeball instead teaches students to dehumanize one another. Dodgeball is the only game where the human is the target. No other game.
We like to say people kind, not necessarily mankind.
It's tantamount to legalized bullying.
Tantamount. I love it.
We are not anti-competition or anti-challenge. These things need to be done in an educational context. So they were presenting this to the Canadian Society for the Study of Education in Vancouver.
Well, I'm glad our neighbors to the north are getting shit done, you know?
Yeah.
It's good. Contributing to science.
Yeah. I mean, I was honestly shocked yesterday when you guys were like, yeah, I think they still play dodgeball. Because say what you want, that study, and it's like, oh, more pussification of society, whatever, and I don't care. But we all in this room agreed, like that
It
is
was very damaging.
extremely bullying. That game is the definition
There's
of
no
bullying.
question it's bigger now than it ever has been because of leagues, but I don't know that it's played in gym. Let me write myself a note, and I'll ask Manny and Russell.
Yeah.
If they've ever played dodgeball
Or
at
sweet
school.
pie. Have you ever played it?
Right.
Because we were playing that in grade school,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
You know,
sure.
usually on the day it was raining outside, you couldn't go out for recess. That's when you got some dope floor hockey games in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, occasionally you'd have to squirt. I mean, that's,
Climb the damn rope and ring the bell. Of course,
they
you
don't
had
do that anymore either.
that half-inch pad at the bottom protecting you.
Right there, just to catch you when you're unathletic.
worry.
When you're extremely.
Don't worry at all.
Extremely unathletic 8-year-old fucking climbing
Falls
the
from the
ceiling.
ceiling.
How did they
This
excuse that?
gymnastic mat will stop you. Don't worry.
And it was.
I mean,
It
you
was.
would hit the mat. The mat really wasn't. I mean, it was just a small little, like 2 or 4, right? Like it wasn't like.
No, it was a big mat.
Okay,
Not
yeah,
us,
but it was
dude.
okay.
I think he's right. To E's point, it was just one section of a gymnastics mat. So he's right. If you fall the wrong way, you're not even hitting the damn mat.
See, I remember the mat taking up. You would have to like get swinging really good.
Not
and then
ours.
jump off.
Yeah, maybe.
But I had the
different
same
gym
blue
teachers did.
mat, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
it was thin. Like one kid could drag it out there. You know, it wasn't heavy or anything.
I think it was just more of a psychological thing. There's a mat. Go ahead and
Think
climb it up.
about that. Hi, we're not. Your kid doesn't get to pass this class until he or she can do these series of things like fucking one pull up, and by the way, climb a fucking rope
To the ceiling.
to the ceiling of
the
the
gym.
building.
And then take one hand off the rope and ring the bell.
Ring the bell or touch the ceiling and then climb down, hopefully. We're going to stick your kid to the fucking ceiling. You're very young, has no scared to death child.
Yeah.
Don't
worry.
That being said, I was damn good at the fucking rope.
Yeah, did you have the pole too? We had a pole and a rope.
You guys had pole
Yes,
dancing?
no, just a pole, just a straight pole hanging down. The pole was fun because it was easy
Fireman?
as hell. No, it wasn't like it still swung kind of like a rope. It had a single anchor at the top,
I did not have
but it was
that.
a hard, fast pole, and you could just shimmy up that thing, boom, ring the bell, you're down in no time.
How many knots did you have in your rope?
0.
Okay, good. Because that's bullshit when I see that knotted all the way up one. You're like, dude, that's just a ladder. You just made a ladder.
Yeah, we
You
had
know?
one of those at Gab's gym, and that little tiny girl she's just a little monkey. She just flies up that thing.
Yeah, that was fun. But there was always that one kid halfway up and just the
Froze. Fucking froze.
Get up there! Get up there! You'd have
Dude,
some
I
fucking
remember
asshole.
that. There were kids who would
I
stop in
didn't
the
even,
middle.
Dude, I didn't even
and they
make
just,
it halfway.
And really? Were you that kid?
No, I
Jesus.
didn't make it fucking halfway, dude.
upper body strength.
I
My
know,
God.
I never had it.
Wow.
Never had any upper body strength.
Really? Even as a
Never
little
made it up.
runt?
Plus, dude, the
You know what? We need to get E up a rope.
No,
Yeah,
I
we
can't
do.
do it.
E, we are going to train until you get up top of
No,
rope.
not having
that
You need
was
to ring the
so-
bell. E's going to ring the bell by year end.
No way.
You give me 10 years, I couldn't get up the rope now. But as a kid, dude, I'd do that shit one arm.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking shimmy up that
Yeah.
thing
Plus, you
all
guys,
day.
not to bring this into it again. I don't really mean it, but you guys are in such a different gym class than I am. I mean, I'm in the fucking corner. I'm trying
Is
to
this
not
first,
even
8th grade or
just
second?
trying to not fucking like third or second or whatever. I don't remember what those grades were, but like I'm trying to not even have people look at me. Fucking Christ! So
Well,
like,
no one wanted to be looked at that age.
No,
but it didn't
worse.
prevent us from
It was worse.
killing it on the rope.
it was worse. But no, I sucked. I couldn't do it. I didn't even get halfway. I think.
So you'd get a quarter of the way up, and then what?
I
You'd
don't
have
even know
some
how
teacher
much I
just
got
screaming,
up.
"You get up there, Fady!"
yeah, I don't remember how it went, but I never made it for sure.
Oh, E.
He's
Fair to
bummed about
say
it
he
still.
flunked,
No, I'm
he
not. I don't
flunked
really-
gym.
I'm
Dude,
not
he's
bummed.
more embarrassed about this than his mom being caught with a cornucopia or stuffed in her asshole.
Well, for one, as I said, this is about me. That's about her. Those are different people. So, like, why
Yeah.
wouldn't I be more embarrassed about that?
Should we get to some email?
Yeah, before we do that, hey, does your money work as hard as you do? You will spend upwards of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, and set aside money for retirement. Do you know if you'll be able to retire on your terms? Isis, do you know?
I don't know.
How could you know, Isis? How could you know if you don't have a plan? Let Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial help to make sure your money is working as hard as you are. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Hey, you want to write in the show, send us your thoughts to email@detroitcast.com. Rob writes in. So Mike handed this off to me. This is an interesting one. Magazine sweepstakes. Hello, podcast heroes. I've been listening since day one, and this is my first email of the show. I'm the proud owner of a Ford F-150 from Zott. Ford and Mark L. is holding all of our money. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Robert. I was just listening to episode 1290 where you guys were talking about magazine sweepstakes. I do, in fact, have an aunt and uncle, both since passed away, who won $2.5 million in the American Family Publishers sweepstakes. That's the one, man.
That's the one.
That's the one where you see it on TV with Ed and the balloons and everything.
Yeah.
The one with Ed McMahon, says Rob. They did not subscribe to any magazines either.
No way.
They just sent the thing in.
I love it.
This was back in the late 80s, and there was no lump sum available. I believe they received $65,000 every year over the course of the rest of their lives. So
That's
they never
bullshit.
They never received the full amount.
No, it's not. That sucks.
And this is why they never received the full amount. They died,
sucks,
dude.
But the 65
They were grandparents.
His aunt and uncle.
His aunt and uncle. So what? They lived 50 years. They didn't make a fraction of the $2.5 million. You'd have to be an infant to make $65,000 a year to all the way to $2.5 million, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to this. The only obligation was to fly out to California every year on the sweepstakes dime, and they put them on a yacht and filmed those stupid commercials. They both said Ed McMahon was a tool, said his few lines, and was off the ship. Funny stuff. That is funny stuff.
That's fucking hilarious.
So they would pay to fly you out there to go on the yacht and do those commercials. Hi, I'm Bill and Stephanie. We won on Publishers Clearinghouse.
Yeah, he says every year on the
Oh my
sweepstakes
God.
dime.
Dude, see if he can remember or what their names are. See if we can find one of those commercials where
dude.
they're in it.
Yeah, if YouTube is still up.
Yeah, if YouTube still exists.
Yeah, hey, thanks, Rob, for writing in. Thanks for listening for so long. And
funny
thanks
story.
for supporting our sponsors, sir.
Yeah.
Randy writes in concerning the spelling bee. Spelling bee, we were, of course, talking about
I
the
just
last
don't
couple
wanna
days.
talk about it,
No,
man.
listen to this, man. This is interesting. Greetings, gentlemen. As you may recall from one of my past emails, I was also an incorrigible child like Mike. However, I actually did win the spelling bee in 5th grade. Remember this guy wrote in maybe a couple years ago?
I don't know.
Regarding Mike's claim of winning the spelling bee, Mike states that he would have won the bee since the other kids spelled the word wrong in that one round, and he got the word right. However, he said that he spelled the word in the next round wrong. Is that true, Mike?
That I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Herein lies the conundrum for Mike. Can you spell conundrum? I'm not going to go on unless you spell conundrum.
I know none is spelled N-U-N. Drum is spelled D-R-U-M.
Okay. You spelled
None drum.
Parts
How
of
do
the
you
word?
spell ka?
I'll help you. Conundrum.
C-O.
Yes! He's done it! He's done it! He's done the impossible! Conundrum has been spelled by Mike. Let's say the other kids drop out of the spelling bee, says Randy. That round and only Mike remained. According to the Scripps National Spelling Bee rules, there would be a next round with only Mike, and he would have had to spell the next word correctly. Since he did not, the other kids from the last round would come back in the game, and it would continue as they didn't get the word wrong.
Hold on.
As a result, hold on, Mike would have had to play a few more rounds before he was declared the victor, and should not be declaring that he was robbed of winning that
I was
spelling bee.
absolutely robbed.
Would you like to hear
Wait.
from the actual National Spelling Bee rule book?
First off, I was not in the Scripps National Spelling Bee. I was in the Tyler Elementary School 4th grade spelling bee. I got my word right.
Mm-hmm.
The next three assholes got their word wrong. Winner. I win.
Nope.
Actually,
You guys could have another fucking spell off for your second, third,
Not
fourth
according to
places.
the B rules. Here's the B rules. If only one speller spells correctly in a round, a new one-word round begins, and the speller is given an opportunity to spell the next word on the list, the anticipated winning word. If the speller correctly spells the anticipated winning word in this one-word round, the speller is declared the champion. If the speller misspells the misspell.
Wait,
Hold on, stop. Spell misspell.
Spell is spelled S-P-E-L-L.
Okay.
Miss is spelled M-I-S. Now,
He's done it. He spelled misspell. He's correctly spelled misspell. In a strange order, but he's done it.
I would cover myself by going M-I-S hyphen S-P-E-L-L.
Come on, man.
No, I wouldn't.
If the speller misspells the anticipated winning word, however, in the one-word round, a new round begins with all the spellers who spelled correctly and incorrectly in the
That's
previous
unfair.
round. They,
That puts
Tyler
too much
Elementary,
pressure.
They followed the rule book to
No.
a T.
Wait, no, there was a
To a
meeting.
T.
There was a meeting. So they didn't know what they were just like.
And they looked at the rule book.
They
Meeting? I said a meal.
no. Stay out of this, you. They wanted.
I'm a single boy.
I know. Just pipe down.
What's it got to do with
Nothing.
me?
Stay out of it. Jesus Christ. Challenge you to a bare knuckle, sir. No, they didn't. I believe there was a meeting about what to do.
They
What do
probably
we do?
consulted the goddamn rule book and read it.
Because when I was going ape shit and throwing chairs around the fucking gymnasium, they
Dude.
would have gone, excuse me, Mr. Walters, look, it's right here. Article 2, paragraph 3, right here, clearly states, if you fucking spell that
They
word
didn't
wrong.
need to do that. You're a kid, man.
did
They
you-
just said, hey, another word.
When I start spazzing out and slapping girls around me,
Look, man.
They should point it out to me and
You
go,
should
"Here
have
it
had
is, here it
buddies who
is."
threw Gatorade on you. You should have wrecked the pitch
know,
for everybody and
that-
just ran out going, woohoo, I won! Fuck yeah!
You would-
Woo! Woo!
Jay would-
Woo!
Faggot Jeans Hardware! Faggot Jeans
That's what you should have done.
Yeah.
Just
I know.
wreck it.
We
Dude,
would have been wrong.
It sounds perfect. Not,
Declare yourself the winner, man. Take it! Grab the trophy and run!
the drive home would have been like, oh, why didn't I just grab the trophy and start screaming?
See?
Start
Let that be a lesson,
burst into
sir.
tears. I've
Let
never
that be
been
a
more
lesson.
proud. I've had such a rough
Yes.
life.
Give a quick speech
But
and you're out.
No one believed in me, and here I am holding this trophy. I'm
There
the
you go.
champion. I'm finally
Yes.
good at something.
Yes.
I can't go pry that on my hands.
But
No.
instead, you wait and you're like, well, okay, what do I do now? Oh, I got to spell another one? Oh, okay.
Did it
Mrs.
say
Green.
something like I get to choose the word I
No.
want to spell? Wait, I thought you said in the reading of the rules that if I get it
next
right,
word.
they all get it wrong. I get to choose the winning
No,
word.
You get to
absolutely
choose the
not.
word.
Read it back to me. What am I hearing there? What did I
Holy
miss?
shit, man.
Why would you
Read
get to
the,
choose
shut
a-
up, Isis.
If
please.
one speller spells correctly in a round, a new word round begins, and the speller is given an opportunity to spell the next word on the list. And it's the anticipated winning word, in other words. If the speller correctly spells the anticipated winning word in this one-word round, the speller is declared the champion. They just go down the list, man.
All right.
If the speller misspelled, spelled how? Do it again.
What, misspelled?
Yeah.
Spell is spelled S-P-E-L-L, and miss is spelled M-I-S.
Yes, he's done it. He's consistent.
Unstoppable.
We'll save the rest for tomorrow.
All right, let's get out of here. Email at DetroitCast.com. Keep them coming. Those are some good ones today. Jay at DetroitCast, Eric Walters at DetroitCast.com as well. Walters Radio on Twitter if you want to follow me. At JDetroitCast on Twitter. At Big E DetroitCast on Twitter and Instagram. You can find us on Facebook, all that kind of stuff. So thanks for joining us today, everybody. And we'll be back tomorrow. See you guys then. Look forward to Grind Time tonight.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Make some sugar.